So Sid, tell me, where did you start in barbering? What was your inspiration and motivation to become a barber?
Well, to be honest with you, Larry, it's a long story. I've been in the business for about 25 years. Started at the age of 14 back in New York. The inspiration for it was my mom suggested it'd be a good place to get me off the streets and not end up in a gang or in prison or anything. And what happened was, as soon as I started off as a shop boy, and just fell in love with it. An old school Italian barbershop. The youngest barber was 60 years old. He was the youngest one. They called him Babino, which means baby. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Are you formally educated in barbering, or is it just self-taught?
No, formally educated. I got educated in both, believe it or not, barbering and also ladies hairdressing at the time. Because in America you have to be licensed to be a barber.
That's right.
So I actually had to accumulate a certain amount of hours, go through my state board exam to be able to become a qualified barber. And then of course I'm a full-time educator. So of course I had to go to various different type of training procedures to become a teacher. And in a way being self-taught, because I always learn from my own mistakes.
Okay.
And for 25 years I made plenty of mistakes. So.
And tell me a little bit about your brands, because you've got an educator's brand. You've told me you've got a clothing line coming out. Is that right?
No, not so much a clothing range. Well, basically we have a lot of things happening. I have my brand new academy coming out, which is going to be launched 1st of May. And that's going to be the main academy, because I have 2 locations, and that's going to be 2 floors of education. And believe it or not, I'm just so excited about it. When they were knocking down the walls in the basement, they found an old World War II air raid shelter.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
But sadly enough I had to close it up. But it's going to be amazing though, 2 floors. I have a brand new teacher as well joining me. His name's Josh O'Callahan. Everything else I'm launching, I'll be having my own product range. First for wet shaving, and then of course for hair care. I have, at the moment I have my t-shirts as well, and also coming out with my own aprons, barbering aprons, made with leather and a very special canvas cloth, but they're only going to be primarily just used for my students only.
Okay.
They're made in Russia, so they're a bit more dear, a bit more expensive. So.
Okay.
Yeah, but for me, all I do is teach and bring in the. I'm an international educator, so I go this month. Well, in May. After my launch of my new academy, I'm off to Greece, and then directly I'm off to Moscow. So it's not bad for a small boy from Brooklyn, huh?
No, not bad at all. So you don't do private cuts at all? It's just pure education?
Yeah, everything's just pure education. What I believe is, don't get me wrong, anyone, a barber can show another person, how to do a haircut, or show them a few tricks. I give the reasons why. Everything that you do, when we take from the head shape to the bone structure, hair texture, the density, the angle of the clippers, everything. So I give detailed information about everything, and that's all I do is educate. I've never given up on one student ever in my life, and I don't ever plan on to. So that's what my job is. So I started off as a barber. Now I'm a full-time educator and also an international one as well. So.
Okay, so you don't have you're a generalist. You don't have any. You'll teach any student to do anything. Is that right? Or do they come to you to learn a specific style?
Well, pretty much what they first come to us for is I take absolute beginners. So just say someone that has no experience whatsoever and they want to go into the world of barbering. That's what I first do, and they first go through my intensive course, and then they'll then go into my refinement course, where they'll get once their beginning skills, they get everything else polished off and everything, which also includes great customer care skills as well, and also knowing about product knowledge, clipper maintenance, health and safety, and then of course I have added other courses, such as my new beard design course, that's only on beard and facial hair design, men with long hair course, so how to work with the growing trend of men with long hair, and also, of course, straight razor shaving as well. So, and all my courses are actually fully accredited, so they're actually fully insurable courses. So.
Okay. And out of all of these things that you're doing, Sid, where do you get your greatest sense of satisfaction?
believe it or not, what actually, you know, my greatest satisfaction, well, for this trip here, you know, in sunny Southport for the Big Barber Bash, for my own team, such as my young assistant Jack Wallace, and also my teacher, you know, showing them how, you know, with my experience of teaching at shows and everything throughout the world, bringing them the what it's like to go backstage to get all the models prepped, you know, when we have about 6 presentation models, you know, going on stage, how to work the professional way, not just the Jack the Lad way. But also my experience in teaching is taking anywhere from an absolute beginner and have them get that special excitement about cutting their first client's hair. And, you know, that little gleam in the eye, you know. For example, when, you know, I can imagine when you first put on, you know, turn on a pair of clippers and they worked properly. For me, I still get excited about that. And it's just the smile of a beginner or a student, you know. And it's not about my own ego. At the end of the day is I can only do the best I can 24 hours a day. I'm not perfect, you know. I don't care whatever barber says they are. That's a load of bullocks, yeah. Because at the end of the day is we're all human beings. As long as we do the best we can every 24 hours, and that's the only thing I can deliver to my students, is do my best as a teacher, or as a real educator, and to show them what barbering truly is about.
Okay, appreciate that.
Yeah.
And would you say that US clippers are the best, whilst you're talking about the best?
Yeah, well, to me personally, you know, I'm originally from New York. You know, I I moved around a lot for work. From my experience, what's great about US clippers, the thing is, to give maybe a little bit more of an understanding about what the difference between US clippers and UK clippers. Now, if we take a look at US clippers, predominantly a lot of them are used on African Caribbean clients. African Caribbean clients, the head shape is so much more smoother and rounder than Caucasian, and also the density of hair tends to be a lot more fades and everything. So if we take a look at US clippers, the actual blade angle tends to be a lot more less of a strong angle as well as super tapers, for example. Now, what happens as well, they tend to be smoother, not rigid, as we tend to use in more Caucasian hair. Now, and also the teeth are a lot more smaller and refiner. So you will get, to be able to, if you want to do those really crisp, clean fades, use US clippers. Not just at the angle or the blade itself, but what happens is the motor itself. Because in America, when you go to a barbershop, they're predominantly doing about 99% clipper work. So they need clippers that are powerful, that are faster, and also they need the blade design and the teeth to work much sharper at the correct angle. Because the thing, that is the main difference between a UK clipper and a US design, is that the motor of a US is much stronger, the angle of the blade, and also the teeth design. As opposed to UK clipper, okay, they're good for much longer lengths of hair. So just say if you're using maybe a 4 or maybe a longer guard and very thick hair, then I probably would go for more of possibly a little super taper design because they're more rigid of the blade.
Beveled blade. Beveled blade.
Yeah. But if you're going for more of the tight fades, go with the US one. I mean, I literally just received I'm a collector of clippers, you know, both US, American, and also Russian too. I can't help it. I just love my equipment. And I use cordless and also my corded ones. So I use my Legend clippers from America, which I have to use the converter, which I actually got both things from you, you know. The Legends I love because since I travel around a lot for work, and the Legends, instead of just doing that to a half or a 0.5, when you fully open them, they go into almost like a 1 guard, yeah.
That's right.
So pretty much, okay, my baggage, I can't be bringing all my clippers, my guards with me, so I need something that's going to be universal. But the thing is, when I go to Russia and Greece, I need a proper converter. And the thing is, that's what your converter does for me. It's basically, I can use it anywhere in the world. And for me, I travel a lot for work. I live out of a suitcase. And, but when I'm using what happens is, when I'm doing beard designs, I need my cordless equipment. Yeah, and the thing is, that's why the Wall Master Clip cordless 5-star, which I got from you, it's absolutely amazing. I've been prepping my models backstage in a very special prep room. You saw it. And they don't have an outlet there, so I need my proper cordless equipment. And at the end of the day, it's like, if you're going to start really doing proper, clipper cutting, go with your American equipment. The reason why is they're much more powerful, but also the blade and also the teeth. Personally, I also like the color of the equipment too. I love my maroon. But yeah, it's definitely go with the Wall, go with the Andis, the Oster. But once again, you got to look after your equipment. If the barber doesn't look after it, they get the most fancy equipment in the world and they don't look after it, it's going to go, down to pieces,
That's right.
And that's the key thing, Definitely, I can't live without my converter, and I can't live without all the clippers, my Legends, my Wall shavers, which I got from you. Those are great, especially if you're not trained in the cutthroat razor and you got to do a quick neck hair cleanup. Definitely use the Wall shavers, But I'm also going to be looking after the. I think I might have to talk to you about those the Andis shavers.
Okay.
So I might have to, I might, have to, take one of those pairs from you or something, But yeah, it's to me, I love the equipment you provide for the barbers here in the UK. It's been a long time waiting, so thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
So Sid, tell me, what would be your direct message to other professional barbers considering using US hair clippers outside of America and the Frequency 60 Hz? What would be your direct message to them?
Well, my direct message is you need the Frequency Hertz 60, you need that converter because you can't use the US clippers anywhere else without it. Because what happens is it ends up making a loud noise, you sound like an unprofessional barber. The thing is, it's like, what's good about the currency converter, what it's amazing about it is, especially, if you need a longer cord, it's absolutely brilliant because it gives you a good, extra, feet, meters, whatever, yeah?
2 meters.
2 meters, yeah. Wow, 6 feet. And you know what? For me, I love that, but especially when I'm doing stage work. But the thing is, you need that converter. There's no two ways about it. You definitely need it because, you have the US motor inside that clipper, and it's too powerful. And if you have like one of those converters from Boots, I'm sorry, to be honest with you, you're going to be a laughing stock in your barbershop because it's going to make a loud noise and the clipper's not going to work properly. And to be honest with you, God forbid, if you keep that running, it's probably going to short everything out and God forbid there might be a fire. So if you don't have that converter that you provide, God forbid, I can't guarantee what's going to happen. The thing is, what you were able to do was it's been a miracle happening to me because, like I said, I'm American. I've always wanted to use the American clippers here in the UK, but I couldn't. It wasn't until you actually made that converter. Now my life is spot on, And I just want to say a big thank you to. And if you want to use an American clipper, you guys see this guy. He's the dog's bollocks. This one, You definitely gotta get one of those converters, So.
Thank you, Sid.
All right, buddy.
Thank you. I appreciate your interview.
Yeah.
So that's my interview with Sid at the Southport Hotel for the Great British Bash. We're signing off for now. Thank you.